Hello, welcome. This is a new thing for me. You have to excuse everything in the background. I haven't got this room completely set up yet. Still working on it. So we'll wait for some people to get here. Hopefully, somebody will show up. I really hope so. If you're watching right now, just keep waiting. Just give me another minute or so. We're at 40 seconds. Give me another minute or so, and we'll get into the things and some storytelling. This is something new I'm gonna try to do. Right now, I work at a production plant in Tennessee. Four 10-hour days as of right now. I'll be going to home to Mississippi next week. So I just want to see how this is going to go for now, and just starting to actually try to YouTube and blog and possibly start a podcast later. We're going to see what we can make of it. Hopefully the channel grow, and hopefully we'll make something out of it together. That's what I'm hoping for. Now I'm on a very tight budget. Kind of waited a little late in life to do this. I'm 35 years old now and been working my whole life. So, well, we're 2 minutes in. Let's get to talking and telling some stories here. If you have any questions, comments, you know what to do. Just keep it nice, keep it clean. I welcome any advice anybody wants to give. It's fine with me. I've been on YouTube down there since it started, watching videos and whatnot, and only recently, actually, about years ago, I actually uploaded one video. It's called Snowmobile on Wheels, Louisville, or Hold My Beer and Watch This, Louisville, Mississippi. We had a buddy of ours that had a snowmobile, but we took the front skis off and we put two little Chinese four-wheeler tires on and put it on the road. The cops were very amused. They didn't give us no trouble about it. Alcohol was involved, just so everybody knows. That thing would do like 80 miles an hour on the road. And it was fun to have and fun to ride. It's a little bit safer. That was the first time we actually started doing stupid stuff. Had cops actually stop watching on standby just in case something happened, because we were literally right down the road from the fire department, right down the road from the police station. So they knew what we were doing. They knew what we did. Had a four-wheel shop back in Mississippi. And we just had fun. Lots of fun. I got something on my nose there. It looks like a whitehead. And we just had fun doing stuff and things and stuff and things. So, and about 5 years ago, me and my wife decided to move up here to Tennessee. We'd originally, got a damn whitehead on my nose. We'd originally moved to Clinton, Tennessee. Sorry, y'all, I got to get this. It's bugging the crap out of me. But my wife and I, that's better. My wife and I had originally moved up to Clinton, Tennessee. It's about 15, 20 minutes from where we live now. from Louisville, Mississippi. We moved up here with nothing but a camper and 2 vehicles, 2 dogs, very little else. Love it up here. One home, see family and friends every once in a while. And things got tight. And I thought we were going to have to move back home. But luckily everything worked out and we didn't have to. And 3 years ago or so, we bought a trailer at Knoxville. Got moved into it, got the camper moved and all that out of the camper place. Lived there for a little while. And we just recently, about 3 months ago, bought a new trailer, a tlking trailer. And there you go. That's the backstory. Getting the back home. I don't know where else is like this. I know a couple other places that were like this back in Mississippi, but I don't know. The closest thing I can compare it to up here is maybe Loudon with a Walmart. That's about it. That's about the size of the place we came from. So there's all that. I literally, Walmart that's not even 24 hour and was never 24 hour even after they made it a super center. Built a brand new building and everything. It still wasn't 24 hour Walmart. It closed at like 7 o'clock to begin with. And now I think it closes at 11. Getting back to the stores from back home, we worked on motorcycles and 4-wheelers. I had a shop there. We sold scooters, worked on just about anything with a small engine on it. And yeah, it was fun. It was nice. I made a little bit of money. We did make a little bit of money. But after the economy went to hell after a certain I don't know how to put this politely. Like YouTube actually saying something about it. That racist invoking Obama. That started the whole race thing back up again. It just went to hell from there, and all that good stuff. And I went to working on tractor trailers and all that for a little trucking company. A log truck back home. Worked on log trucks for about 3 or 4 years, and then excuse me, went to working on over the road trucks. Did that for a couple of years, and I worked on school buses and basically the same, just a whole lot more safety and state involved BS. And me and my last boss, got snowballed there, and I went back to a place I was working at on tractor trailers over road trucks, and me and the boss man got into it, and we had a little disagreement, and I wound up leaving. Pretty much told him he could go somewhere and suck a nut. But anyway, left there, and me and my wife decided to move up here. She originally wanted to move to Knoxville, and I said, I don't want to live in the city. Let's find somewhere else to live. So I had come up to Crossville for a job interview at a Dodge dealer for a mechanic. And that all didn't really pan out. So, and the very next day, my wife come up, got a car. The that evening I came up here. My wife got a call from a place in Norris, which is right up the road from Clinton, literally. So she come up here for that interview. She got the job. When we got home, she put her 2 weeks in. I got the camper ready, and we moved. Simple as that. No big deal. We don't have any kids. We didn't have any kids. The only thing we had was ourselves and 2 dogs. So we loaded everything up in the camper and come on up that night. We left there about 8 o'clock at night and made it to Rise and Fall, Georgia, and I had to pull over and go to sleep because it was please wait on. Okay, so we left there 8 o'clock at night, and I made it to Rise and Fall, Georgia. I had to go to sleep. I couldn't keep my eyes open no more. I'd been up the damn day before getting the rest of the stuff packed, getting everything ready to go, getting everything winterized because it was the middle of summer and I didn't know when we were going to get back down there to stay for a couple of days and get it all ready. And the next weekend, we went back and got some more stuff in her car, and I got my motorcycle. Made it all the way to Birmingham, Alabama. Pulled over at the rest area. Went to go use the bathroom and whatnot. Went back out, go crank the bike up. Mind you, I got a trailer full of tools on the bike. My toolbox is in the bike trailer. Had the bike full, had her car full, plus 2 dogs, a Chihuahua, and a little mixed breed. Mind you, we got all this. So we get to Birmingham, Alabama, or right outside of Birmingham. Get back on the bike, talk to her for a second. All right, let's go. Go to hit the start button. Yeah. Nothing. Dang. I thought I left the key on, tried to jump it off. That didn't work. Tried a couple of little things I could think of. That didn't work. My starter wound up being bad. So we moved some stuff around in the car. And I went in there and talked to the little security guard at the rest area and said, hey, my bike broke down. Is it all right if I leave it here tonight? I'll come get it tomorrow. Yeah, sure, no problem. Called my daddy back home, told him what happened. Got him to meet me in Birmingham the next day with the trailer so I could load my bike and trailer up and come on to the house. I had a Dodge 1500 pulling this camper with a 4x4. Ain't no light camper either. I had to put airbags under the truck just to get it to hold up, keep it from looking like this going down the road. But anyway, him and my mother met me at the rest area the next day, and we got my bike loaded up, and I got it back home. That was an adventure all its own. I was kind of hoping the bike would fall off on the side of the interstate and total it out at that point. I was that aggravated with it, but got it back home, looked at it, started went out. Had to wait a couple weeks to order a new starter. That was $185. That was our adventure of moving up here. I went and got a job at a dealership watching car detailing at a Nissan place in another city right up the road. And did that for about a year and a half or so. And then I went and worked at another warehouse. When we found out my mother was diagnosed with ALS. And I was there for about 2 years. No, I wasn't there but 7 months. And hired on there as a temp. Guaranteed to hire on full time after like 7 months, and that never happened. And my mother got really, really bad sick, so I decided now would be a good time. My wife was behind it all the way. So we decided I decided to go back home for about a month, and she was getting ready to graduate. And we agreed that I'd go down there for a month, and then she picked me up on her way through because her graduation was in New Orleans. So we decided I'd go down there for a month. We made things work. We didn't have nowhere near as many bills as we do now. The only thing we literally had was the car and a small loan that we got to move. That was it. And then her car broke down. So naturally, we had to get another small loan to get another vehicle for her to run around in because I had the truck. Truck was doing all right. Well, then the transmission in the truck craps out. It's in the shop for a year, damn near. Transmission give up. And somebody come up to me and said, hey, I'm going to buy that truck we'd sell. And I'm like, give me what I got in transmission back, we'll be all right. And he only had $2,000 in the transmission. And he's like, all right, I'll give you $3,000 for it right now. I'll give you $3,000 for it if you let me make payments, blah, blah, blah. Okay, that's fine. We made up a little sales agreement, and there you go. And then about a year after that, him and his girlfriend had split up. She wound up with the truck because the truck was going in her name anyway. She was the one making the payments on it. And about a year after they got through paying on it, damn transmission crapped out again. Go figure. Yeah. So that went on like for them. And then I wound up, when we come back home, before I left the warehouse I was working at the time. So in Loudon, I asked them before I left, I talked to the temp agency representative, and I'm like, hey, am I going to have a job when I get back? And they basically said, no, you're not. And I was like, okay, well, that sucks, but I got to go home. I'm going to go see my mother while I can. And so anyway, my wife goes through to her graduation a month later, and she picks me up. We go down there to her graduation, turn around, come back home. I start job hunting again. Because I went by the temp agency as soon as I got back into town. I went by there that day and like, hey, I'm back up here, blah, blah, blah. This is what happened. I need to find a new position. Well, we don't have anything right now. Give us till tomorrow. We'll find you something. Okay. Tomorrow came. Didn't hear from him the next day. I called him back at the morning. Hey, this is Jeremy Stewart. Y'all got anything for me? No. We don't have anything for you. Hopefully we'll have something here in a little bit. We'll give you a call. Okay, no problem. That afternoon comes and goes. Next day comes and goes. I call him back. We don't have anything, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, okay, well, I got to go back to work. Well, we know, we understand, blah, blah, blah. So I'm scrolling through Facebook one day and a little ad pops up for a forklift operator in a warehouse. I'll take it. I fill out the little application online. About 30, blah, blah. I'm like, yeah, sure. I ain't got nothing going on. And that day it decided to snow. Now, by this time I had the bike background because it was about a year later. So I got the bike background and then I was running great. But it decided to snow that day. And this was in like April. It wasn't bad snow, but it was enough to keep me off the bike. So I got hopped in the truck, put some fuel in it, and clear across Knoxville, over there towards Chapman Highway and all. Get over there, do the little thing, and do the little pre-employment test. And it's like, oh, I got something over here, right down the road from here. Do you want to go do your drug test? No, I can have you started tomorrow. Great. So I had to come back across town, right down the road from where we're living, actually. Did drug test and all that good stuff, and Then I get a call back about an hour later. Hey, we got another warehouse spot, forklift operator, picker, packer, blah blah blah. It's not too far from where you're living at right now. It's in Knoxville, but it's a little closer than this would be. I was like, okay, it's like they need somebody there today, and this was on like a Wednesday, and like you just finish there, you just go all week there. That way you got a paycheck started, and and we'll get you over here next week. Well, they called me that Friday morning and said, hey, they need you the rest, for about 2 or 3 weeks. Can you stay over there? I'm like, yeah, that's fine. I was like, well, it's actually paying a little more than what you were going to be making over here at this other place. I was like, oh, that's great. So I work out 2 or 3 weeks, and then they asked me, they're like, you want to stay here for a few months? If you work out, we can hire you full time, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, yeah, that works for me. So I went to work at the other place, and I was there for about 3 years. Eventually went to night shift, which I don't know why I wanted to go to night shift, but I did. So I did for a year, 3 years. And then it got to the point that the main office was micromanaging everything to the point that we couldn't get anything done. Because the main office has a crew to do everything. They have a crew to pick, a crew to pack, crew to check paper, crew to do paperwork, crew to put up, everything. Crew to load the trucks. And mind you, there were 3 of us on day shift at the time. And there were 4 of us on night shift. Night shift was responsible for picking what day shift didn't get finished picking, check paperwork, load trucks, get the paperwork ready for the drivers to go. There wasn't no way we could do that in 8 hours. Especially when you're working with a bunch of people that don't want to work. It's damn near impossible. And we finally got some good people in there that wanted to work, were ready to work, that were good at what they done. Then the main office decides they want to micromanage everything. So, hey, whatever. So I start looking at other avenues of employment, and a friend of my wife's brother said, hey, when we're place I'm working at is hiring, we're starting off at 17 an hour. Raise 30 days, raise at 60 days, raise at 90 days, and you get a raise every 90 days after that till you top out at a year at 25. All right. And by this 3 years later, we're getting my wife go to Bryson City for our anniversary for the weekend. I get a call that Friday. Hey, we want to talk to you about this forklift spot we got. Why would you be interested in? I'm like, yes, I would be. All right, well, no, this was on a Thursday, I'm sorry. And like, can you be here tomorrow morning or tomorrow afternoon to talk to the supervisor and whatnot? Look at my wife. I got her, this woman on speakerphone. She's like, yeah, we can make it. And then I was like, what time can you come in? I was like, I don't know, what time can we be? About 2 o'clock. That'll work. Went in, talked to the supervisor and manager. And, the usual question, how long you been operating forklift, blah, blah, blah. What have you been doing, blah, blah, blah. Have you picked, blah, blah, blah. I guess they liked what I said because they called me back that evening about 4 o'clock. Said, hey, we want to hire you for this position. Can you go do the pre-employment drug screen and all that to either today or tomorrow? I was like, I can go in the morning. We're going to Mississippi. This is a Friday. I'm like, I can go in the morning before we go to Mississippi. That'll be great. And you can come in Monday morning and start, or you can put your 2-week notice in and come in 2 weeks on Monday and start your orientation and all that. I'm like, that's great. So I started off in the warehouse, running the forklift, picking parts and whatnot, putting stuff up. And about 6 months later, I was like, hey, well, you want to go back to receiving? Yeah, sure. I'm down for whatever. So I go back to receiving, and about 2 or 3 months after that, I was like, hey, we need a receiver. Would you be interested in it? Hell yeah. It don't come with a pay raise or nothing, but it's easier than being on your feet all damn day. It is a whole lot easier than being on the forklift all day too, because despite what you think, that stuff will wear you out. It's like sitting in a bulldozer, you out, hammering nails all day. That stuff will wear you out. Laying concrete, anything like that, it'll wear you out in a heartbeat, especially when you ain't in air conditioning, which we don't have. We have places we can go that have air conditioning that we can cool off and whatnot. But, it's tolerable. And all that. So I've been there, and some reason I decided now would be a good time to start looking at other avenues of having fun and other avenues of income. So I said, to hell with it. What about starting a vlog or something? Which I know it's not easy, and it's definitely not cheap. But, we're going to do what we can and make of it what we can. Interesting fact, apple pies are poisonous. I did not know that. And apparently the queen owns all swans and dolphins. Okay. Did not know that. There's your facts for the day. This camera autofocus is not wanting to focus. I guess what do you expect for a $30 camera? About a $1,500 damn computer and the camera on it's not worth a damn. And peanuts are not nuts. They are actually a legumi and grow out of the ground. You can still call them peanuts, though. Don't worry. Wow. That is very interesting. Well, like I said, just excuse the mess in the background there. This room is a spare room. I've turned it into my area, so that I have somewhere to go. My wife has somewhere for me to go, and all that good stuff. And I don't know what we ordered off of Amazon, but apparently it's out for delivery. Why is Google secret mode on? Let's see what we ordered here. I didn't order anything. My mirror will be here Thursday. But anyway, so I had just basically a little background about me, what I'm trying to do here, what I'm doing here. And then hopefully we'll get somewhere with this YouTube channel. But we'll see how everything goes, where it goes to. So I'm not going to get anybody watching. Hopefully some of y'all watch this and find it interesting and come check it out. And I don't have very many videos up right now. I ain't gonna lie to you, I put like 2 up today, and ignore the very first video because I don't live in a camper anymore. We'll get into that story later. But until then, like I said, I hope this all pans out, and I hope we all get to have fun and chat and whatnot. If you like it, leave a thumbs up. If you don't like it, leave a thumbs down. Try to keep the comments somewhat, you know, civil. I would appreciate that. Y'all have a good day, good night, good evening, and we'll see you later.